up there to Football University of America, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish have landed maybe the biggest difference maker in this portal offseason in Sam Hartman, Wake Forest All-American quarterback, the William Wallace of the ACC the last 2 years. He has signed on with Notre Dame today, and they've been talking about this for almost 2 weeks. Well, he posted today in his new uniform. He is going to be now with the Irish. What does this now mean about Notre Dame and their national prospects and their scare level? Clint, I'll go with you first.
Oh, look, I think there's national championship is got to be the legit. I think a lot of teams talk about it, but like I think in Notre Dame, I think Marcus Freeman right now can walk in that first team meeting and seriously talk about, you can cover we got to win our home games. We got to beat the top 2 or 3 opponents on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
We got to take care of business versus the weaker opponents. But ultimately, at the end of the day, he can genuinely, sincerely put national championship on top of their goal board, if you will. Yeah, I mean, that's who Notre Dame is. They're going to play good defense. When you add a quarterback like this that is a proven absolute surgeon, sniper at the quarterback position, outside of just like super rare, like athletic ability or super rare arm strength, this guy is as good a quarterback as you're going to find at the college level. And so they are going to be very difficult to beat in moving forward this next year. So I think first and foremost, you can legitimately put Notre Dame at the top of the list in terms of when we start talking about preseason national champions, they got to be in that conversation. I think, look, we talked about it last time I was on Field of 12 here. I think this is huge from a standpoint of Marcus Freeman correcting whatever caused the issues for that Notre Dame quarterback room to end up in the shape that it's in. There's a lot of bad quarterback rooms in college football. There's no excuse for Notre Dame to be one of the worst or one of the more talked about from a negative perspective quarterback rooms in college football. Can't happen. I don't care if you're a defensive-minded coach. I don't care if Brian Kelly left. It doesn't matter that people can come rob your backups with the transfer portal. You're Notre Dame, man. You're one of about 4 or 5. I mean, there's no excuse for that. And then, George, I think you just hit on something, man, that I hadn't talked about is Sam Hartman and the impact that he's going to have in the transfer portal, in recruiting. I mean, and I'm not talking about the play. I mean, I think the play will help as well. I'm just talking about that quarterback, the biggest quarterback in the transfer portal, choosing Notre Dame. I mean, instant credibility, man. That's
instant credibility. Because now you're talking linemen, skilled players, the super tailback who was comfortable in his room and is peeking over here, the 6'5" wideout, messing around with the draft. I stay, I go. I'm definitely not staying here. Why not the Irish? Trevor, your impressions of the move, and I'm just going to throw you another question. Does this automatically make Notre Dame top 5 preseason? And is he already a preseason Heisman candidate?
Yes and yes. And here's why. You've got some programs that will end up in the top 5, but are losing their signal caller or their general or their bell cow. Somebody that made a huge difference on the 2022 success. And they'll reload, and most of those programs have guys that will reload. But this pickup for Notre Dame, and as you mentioned, Clint, Marcus Freeman and what he's built there. I mean, the guy started 0-3 in his head coaching career, and the way that he was able to finish this season out, I think, speaks a lot about how he's building the culture there and that the guys do still believe in him. But I'm going to throw this out there as a little tangent. Mark your calendars. Saturday, October 14th, Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. Right now, already, 10 months out, the cheapest upper-level ticket is $229 to watch this year's Heisman Trophy winner and the USC Trojans travel to Notre Dame. That I know we've got a lot of unbelievable matchups in terms of rivalry games, but with Sam Hartman coming in to Notre Dame, I'm circling that one. That's, mark my words, that will be the game of the year.
Yeah.
Trev, TK, how think about that? Think about what you're saying. And I haven't even looked at the schedule, but think about what you're saying, bro. Coming into that game, what's the storyline going to be? Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams versus Marcus Freeman in that defense like this.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now, if I bet on that game, which I will, my money's going on, right? Those are strength on strength. I'm not going to sit here and try to talk myself into who's better. Those are two really good units, right?
Mm-hmm.
The key is on the other side, folks.
Yep.
What is the biggest problem at USC right now? The defense.
Yep. And they got the wrong trigger man to go up against that man.
So Sam Hartman in the biggest game, TK, did you say the biggest game of the year? I mean, the biggest game of the year possibly could be you said X factor earlier, could be the absolute program changer in terms of giving them a chance to win that ball game. How big is that, man?
Now, let's do this.